guys, it's Reagan Kelly here from the Freedom 15 movement, and I'd like to start out by bringing you guys up to scratch with the two major principles that you need to keep in mind during today's video. Now, they are things that we've already spoken about in this mini-series on attraction marketing. The first of those is the reality that people join people. People don't generally join businesses, compensation plans, or products. They're joining because of you. And the second major principle is what we spent yesterday's episode talking about. And this is the reality that people have a subconscious and instinctual attraction to others who convey leadership qualities and have a high level of personal value, or a high PVL, personal value level. And that's something we're going to dive into a little bit later in this week. So at this point in time, we've introduced attraction marketing, we've defined it, we've talked about some of the fundamentals behind this concept of attraction marketing, but you're probably wondering, well, how do I get it into my business? How do I get people reaching out to me instead of me going out and chasing after them? And the reality is, guys, that there's one simple step. You need to step into the leader role and you need to start offering value. Once you start doing this, prospects will automatically pursue an association with you. Now, it may be best to actually explain this concept by looking outside of the home-based business realm. Think about celebrities, for example. Think about somebody who grew up in the same town as you, maybe still lives in the same town or city or state as you, who has become really big, like internationally renowned. All of a sudden, once that person has become big, wouldn't you agree that suddenly everyone went to the same school as them? Everyone grew up in their neighborhood. Everyone has a cousin's friend's aunt who knows that particular person. Now, for me, currently in Adelaide, I've found that person to be Sia. Now, I am the first person to put up my hand and say that I am a massive Sia fan, but it's happened to me quite a few times when I've been outside of Australia, but have been surrounded by Australians, where somebody will put up their hand and they'll say, I know Sia, we went to school together, or I have a cousin that grew up with her, went to kindy together, or whatever it may be. And I'm sure whoever the local celebrity is in your particular area or your city, you'll know people who claim to have these associations with these high-profile figures. I was actually at a corporate event while I was over in Sydney last week, and the particular person who was a keynote speaker has achieved an enormous amount of success. Like, he is a household name. It's absolutely unbelievable. And he's done so inside of the home-based business space, and he did that by actually starting his own company. And one of the things that he said in his keynote speech was that when he was first starting out and he was telling people that he started a network marketing company, and he was painting this vision for the future that he had of his company becoming a household name, which indeed it has in many parts of the world. And people just didn't want to know him. People they dismissed him, they dismissed his dreams and his vision, and it wasn't seen as something that was very conventional. But he said as soon as he became this household name and he started to develop a level of success for himself, suddenly everyone went to school with him. Everyone grew up in his neighborhood. Everyone had a friend of a friend who was friends with him. Now, as I said in yesterday's video, this is actually biological. It's innate. See, we pursue people who have these leadership qualities and natural values and power because, evolutionary speaking, that was key to our survival and most advantageous for us to be around people like that. And so it biologically follows that if you can develop your own leadership qualities and your own personal value level, PVL, then automatically people are going to be attracted to you. And that includes potential prospects, people who are putting up their hand and saying, I want to join whatever it is that you are doing. So this is where your past struggles, chasing after family and friends, struggling with cold prospecting, cold calling, maybe you're buying leads, whatever it may be, this is where your struggle really falls away and those roadblocks simply start to disappear. At this point in time, you may be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but I don't see myself as a leader. I don't think that I have any value to offer to the marketplace. Or maybe you are a believer that leaders are born and not made. Well, I'm going to have a really real conversation with you guys now, if that's okay. And I just want to say very, very honestly that those kinds of thoughts is where your problem starts, but it's also where it ends. And the reason for that is because in this business, it's 90% mental and 10% execution. That is to say that your only problem is in your mindset. It's not in your physical abilities. It's in the story you're telling yourself about why you can't be a leader, why nobody will follow you, why you have no value to offer. And only you can overcome those obstacles. So really, guys, this is where you set out and you really need to develop your belief, because in every single circumstance, belief will always precede your results. Now, for me, I'm a believer that belief is actually a decision. So you can make a decision today to change your story, to believe that you have value to offer, to step into that leadership role. It's not a process. It happens like that. That's what I believe. But there are also 3 other options available to you to build your belief. The first of those is personal development. Now, personal development is something that is very widely discussed in the home-based business profession. And that's simply because it is going to be crucial for your success. As I just said, 90% of this business is mental, 10% is in your actual execution. So when we talk about personal development, we're talking about the books that we're reading, the audios that we're listening to, the YouTube videos that we're watching, the people that we're hanging around with, or even seminars that we can attend to take an active or proactive approach in building on our personal development. See, at any particular time in the day, if I have a spare 5 minutes, say for example, I'm waiting for a coffee or I'm waiting to meet with somebody or whatever it may be, if I have a spare 5 minutes, chances are you'll see me whipping out my phone, I'll head to my Kindle app and I'll read a couple of pages of a book. Or if I'm going for a walk, I'll listen to Tony Robbins or Robin Sharma or, Jim Rohn or Darren Hardy, whoever it may be. These are the people who are very positive influences and mentors in my life without me personally even knowing them. So it's really a matter of immersing yourself in a positive mindset and genuinely going about your personal development and increasing your beliefs using that approach. Another way you can build your belief is by genuinely increasing your sense of self-worth. And you can do this by increasing your value to the world by learning new skills or gaining new knowledge. So going out and actually learning something and applying it is going to naturally build your belief. So invest in yourself, guys. There is seriously no safer investment. Last year alone, I spent a considerable amount of money increasing my skills and increasing my value so that I could genuinely increase my self-worth and the value that I could bring to the marketplace. Obviously, this naturally builds belief. And the third and final approach to building your belief that I'd like to talk about today is to take more focused action. Because at the end of the day, if you are struggling with something, if you have a belief or some kind of doubt or a fear, the quickest way to overcome that is to act out in spite of it and to take action. Because oftentimes those actions will start to pay you back in whatever way. And that's obviously naturally going to build belief as well. Now, if you take a look at this, guys, using these 3 approaches right here, all of these breed confidence, which in turn build your belief again, build your leadership qualities, and overall your attractiveness. So it's really double dipping once you start implementing these particular strategies to build on your belief and your ultimate overall attractiveness. So if you found value in this video, guys, feel free to share it around with your team because this is a message that I'm very, very passionate about. At the end of the day, your success in applying attraction marketing strategies to actually get people reaching out to you rather than you going and chasing after other people is going to depend, as I said yesterday, on your leadership qualities and your personal level of value. So what you can offer to other people to make you stand out as that naturally attractive leader that people want to follow. Thanks very much, you guys. Of course, if you're ready to take the plunge and you really want to immerse yourself and learn the particular skills that allowed me to have people reaching out to me each and every single day to join my business opportunity and to see what I'm up to, make sure you head to the link that appears in this description. Until tomorrow, guys, be brave with your life. I love each and every one of you. I shall speak to you then. Bye.